Hello everybody, how we doing today? Happy Monday. Yes, it's the start of the stream right now, not the end. It's actually starting right now. I know, big confusing on my part. Oopsie daisies. I hope everybody was able to figure it out, that we're we're here, we're good, we're just starting, it's not ending. I just it's a Monday. It's Mondays are always a little scuffed. It's the way it goes. But hi everybody, how are we doing today? Yeah, I even left my light on today. It's fully scuffed out here today. Let me turn that off. It gets a little bit better lighting in here. Can't have all that light in the back. It just makes it too off. It's just a Monday mood. Exactly. Tay, how we doing? Welcome on in. Arcane Knight, what's going on? Dot the Bunny, what's up? Hello, Miss May, what's up? How we doing? Asylum, hi. Dire Kestrel, hellos. Lefty Jason, how we doing?
Love the streams.
Battlefield, Left, thank you so very much for the 5 months, my dude. Appreciate that. Jordan, thank you for the dono before stream started. Thank you. Chicken Chase, what's going on? Plan today? We're going to start with building up some gardens and seeing where that takes us, and then if we're able to wrap that up, we're gonna probably work on the university stuff itself, because I have a lot of stuff to plan and I'm a little behind on my schedule, so we gotta do a lot of stuff, but it's all good. Mallow, hello, how we doing? Sath Ramathon, I always get it wrong, but hi, how we doing? Arapaciro, what's going on? Hello. VIP Panda, what's up? Mr. Jacob, Armor Dash, Miles, hello, hi's. Be sure to click the like button on the stream if you haven't already, my friends. I do appreciate it, dude. I put the little thing at the top, and we're almost 75% likes right now. It's amazing. We have a plumber over right now to fix some stuff, and my Crete is not happy. You knew. She's barking behind me, trying to scare him off. Oh, that's the worst. Sam Rathathon. Okay, I'll try my best. SJ Red Rabbit, what's up? How's it going? It's going pretty good. I had a really good weekend. It was a great weekend. Rudoski, thank you so much for the 6 months. Yeah, I feel like y'all pick very confusing names on purpose just to mess with me, but that's fine. Milana, what's going on? How we doing? Lauren, hi. Hello. Yeah, Friday we watched K-pop Demon Hunters finally. Great movie. Absolutely loved it. Oh my gosh, I was watching it for the animation because I've heard everybody be like, oh my gosh, the animation style is amazing. And even that was great. Absolutely no issues there. And then the whole movie itself was so good too. Oh my god, I was blown away. It was very good. The songs have been stuck in my head all weekend. But that's how it goes. And then Saturday we went to a baseball game, so that was pretty fun. And then I just been working otherwise. Been getting a lot of planning stuff done. I was playing the music while making dinner Saturday. When will you post new hardcore video? Thursday. 3 days from now, Thursday, August 7th, 10:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The music is so good, dude. It's really good. That's what you get when you hire an actual K-pop artist to, write the songs to you. You actually get real traveling, practicing musicians who are doing it. I mean, there's other people who are fantastic at writing music, but when you get people who are the best of the best to then write the music for you, it makes sense. It's gonna be bangers. But yeah, it was really good. Just got started and clean my room before guests are over in a couple days. Ooh, yeah, the big clean before guests. No, we definitely don't live in a mess. No, we all do it. Meek, thank you so much for the 9 months, my dude. Can't wait to see the university finish. Me too. Like the Arcane soundtrack. Well, the Arcane soundtrack is just Imagine Dragons. Like, they just made songs. They didn't, I guess they were kind of Arcane themed, but like they just sound like an Imagine Dragons song, whereas I feel like K-pop Demon Hunters very much sounded like K-pop Demon Hunters songs. But I'm also not super involved in K-pop, so I don't know. It was dipping my toes in. I know Minecraft is your bread and butter. I think you'd make great Valheim streams and vids too. I've tried Valheim a few times. I feel like I need to give it another shot one of these days. One of these days we'll give it another shot. But with that, my friends, we must get into Minecrafting, as we have a lot of stuff to do today. Click the like button if you haven't already, my friends. Let's see, does it want to load in here? It does. Yay. Ooh, I got pop-ups. 1 second. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, we're good. Hey, I've been doing progress. Look at that. Wow. Okay, so what I want to work on down here is, well, the last streams from the hardcore world, we either built this or designed this and got all the materials for it, and then the trapdoors aged down here, and we had a great time on Wednesday. Super fun time. Give y'all a little bit of a view from far away. It's getting there. It's getting there. Look at that. It's getting there. It's really getting there. The farther away we get, you can see the more it's getting there. Super getting there. Get so much getting over to the there part. I'm really happy with it. What are you going to call your university? The Foliage University, established 2025. Ooh, so we have these buildings to figure out. These guys need to get sorted. And then there's a building on the exact far side. So we're over here right now. I need to sort these. These are still work in progress. And then this guy too. So these three are the ones I still need to do. But I wanted to get started down here for now, today. As we need to really clean up this area and turn it into these little like terraced gardens. I thought would be super fun. Love it already. Yeah. It's gonna be cool. Big stuff happening this week. It's gonna be a very fun week in the fWhip universe. One, it's my birthday on Saturday, so super fun. We're gonna do a big live stream on Friday because I have friends coming over for a birthday party on Saturday. So you know I'm gonna be online on my birthday. But so we'll do a big stream on Friday. Probably gonna be gathering millions of resources because this thing is. Do you use Lightmatica? I do use Lightmatica. Yeah. So far I've done all of this, right? I think we got resources for this. No, I did this off stream. I got resources for that whole section together. That was 30,000 blocks alone just to do like here to here. And then we have all of this left, which is going to be even more. So it's a wee bit of stuff, but we're getting there. Slowly but surely, it's all filling in. Our birthday is 2 on Saturday. Is it your birthday, Aaron, or is it a friend's birthday? If it's your birthday, we're birthday twins. What will be your university name? The Foliage University. I just answered that. But yes, I use Lightmatica to bring all this stuff into the world. My friends, click the like button if you haven't already. We got almost 600 people. We're over 400 likes already. Please don't leave the interior empty. Well, if we get to 1,000 likes, I might be able to show you all something. Okay, so I think from the top, we start just making some terraces. And I'm going to let them be pretty el natural. We'll do something like this. So we can have something in here. And then we're also going to have a few areas where we can kind of have like some stairs that'll be able to come down. And by stairs, I definitely mean like slabs. And so that'd come down to this layer. Yeah, no ages in chat, please, friends. If your age is under 13, regardless of it actually is or not, but if you say it is in chat, you will be banned. Because then you're breaking YouTube terms of service. And we can't have that because then I get in trouble. So don't say your age in chat in general, because people who are above 13, we don't want to have the youngins thinking, oh my gosh, they're saying their age, I'm gonna say my age. So we just cut it all out. Why are we totally not freaking out? Because I have so much to do, but we're not freaking out about how much I have to do. That's why we're not freaking out. I said we're not freaking out. Why would you ask why we're freaking out? I thought under 18. I believe it's 13, but I could be wrong. So regardless, whatever the rule says, we are just gonna say that we are not including ages at all in this chat. Also on Wednesday's live stream this week, be prepared to live underground. Y'all, I have used so much tough and deep slate in this stupid university already. It's gonna be so much work to get it all. I'm just designing it as I want it designed. I don't care. I could not care less about how efficient the materials are. This is a build that I want to be able to look back on and be like, oh wow, I did such a good job on that. So I don't care how expensive the materials are. I'm not going like heavy cores or anything, but like we got some stuff that's a whittle. A whittle out there as far as material list goes. Okay, so we got that. There's like Terrace 1, Terrace 2. And I would like to kind of come right along here. I was hoping this would be a little bit like closer to the edge. So that guy we might drop down a block. I don't really like it being that tall, but I guess we could put some plants. That's okay if it's a little bit taller.
Pleased to meet you.
Tough gathering for university go BRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRRR
appreciate it. I hope you're doing well today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we will take here and just send it along this layer, I think. Actually, that could... We'll figure out what we're going to do on the inside when we get in there. This is all for flowers, by the way, for those who are like, what the heck are we planting this garden for? This is going to all be flower themed. Yeah, we'll do a little like that, so it kind of steps itself up over here. Okay. That'll work. That'll work. I'm trying to keep the pathways in for our coarse dirt just so we have a little bit more space to be able to do things. But we have some areas where we don't have the terrace shape coming in, like the terrace foundations coming in. That could be fine. And we could kind of split the difference here. Instead of there, we could have one coming along here. So we kind of have another level. I don't know. Looks like rice fields. It'd be not rice fields because you need water for that, but like a terraced farmland, like something you'd see in Machu Picchu, is kind of the vibe I'm going for a little bit. I think up here I'm just going to do like a small retaining wall. And then that can drop down. And then we fill this in. I don't know. Something like this. Big vibes. I lost my dirt. Then we can do some... I'm hopeful that we can make some really, really cool custom flower beds in here. That's like the big goal. Maybe we do leave that as some grass right back in there. I think this will work. I don't know. What are y'all thinking? I feel like this is gonna be like super color. I just went to the end in hardcore for the first time yesterday and half the end island was missing. Oh my gosh, Marcus, what are you doing? What mods you got on there to just break in to begin with? How are you today? I got to see my favorite band from high school in concert this weekend. It rocked. Ooh, Queen Hoove, who'd you see? We got some fun concerts coming up. I'm very, very excited. August is going to be so absolutely insanely busy, but at the same... Oh, hi. Let me help you out there. Let's get you down into down into safety, into the darkness. There you go. Yeah, perfect. Shinedown, I saw them with my dad and had so much fun. I haven't heard of that one. What type of music is it? How excited are you for the new shelves? I am pretty excited for them. I'm very curious to see how they build, like, long term, because I've seen so many people be like, oh my god, they're vertical slabs. I don't think they're vertical slabs. They do not fit the same aesthetic that you can get for vertical slabs. I think the shelves are awesome, but I don't see them as a vertical slab because they're not the same thickness as a slab. They're more trapdoor, just with a slight extra thickness at the top and the bottom. So they're not as versatile as a full vertical slab would be that a lot of people are saying there. Rock mostly can definitely... Oh, okay. I feel like I've been getting back into rock more and more recently. I go through phases. Where I'm just like super electronic, just like bam, 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 bam. I'm kind of in like a either electronic music, kind of just like chill house right now is probably, I would say, my most consistent go-to. Just like some chill house music or like tropical house or like chill step kind of vibes has been a lot of what I've been listening to lately. But I'd say outside that is I've been into some older, like old school rock. How do you feel about copper golems? I think it'll be cool, but I'm not like, oh my god, I need them. SJ Red Rabbit, thank you so much for the gift membership. Thank you. Joel and Ollie's band. I'm not musically talented anymore. It has been quite a few years since I last played an instrument. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think we throw in one more kind of stretching along here, and then that'll be it. And then we'll figure out how to get walkways between them, and then we can start getting our... And this one we're gonna raise all the way up to here, so it's at level with the road. The road. This was very much back in the day when I built this place, was very much a trust me, y'all. We'll figure out how to make it look pretty later. I knew the road was kind of janky when I put it in originally, so this is that trust me point is finally coming to fruition. I had this plan in mind since I had designed this landscape originally of putting these big flower themed foliage beds in here, like big garden beds and everything. I just needed to actually get to the point where I was doing it.
Pleased to meet you.
Juggle it, Jedi. Thank you for the 20 month. Thank you.
Like the stream, everyone.
Do you already know what types of flowers you want to put in? Everything. We're going to put... The goal is to have every type of flower in here have its own bed and just be super hyper colorful. We're going to have themed beds, of course. Like, we're going to kind of colorify each one so it's not just, like, splatter all over the place. But I do want to... oh, I had my gamma cranked way high. Dude, I'm still loving this space, by the way, that we designed last time. Very, very happy with how this has turned out. We did this on stream, what? Not last Monday, but the Monday before, I think. Oh, I also was messing around with the mountain over here just a little bit last night. I was designing stuff and I was like, I can't look at the university anymore. I need to do something else. So I came over here, and originally we had the little water stream only going into like the side there. And I ended up raising it all the way up to the top there to like the highest point of this kind of channel that we have carved out. And I love it. I think it looks so cool with the blue stripe going all the way up there for the water. It's making me want to also throw one in like coming down right here. I'm thinking like another waterfall in there that leads down into this guy. I thought would be really cool. But yeah, so this has been very fun. Been enjoying it. I've been enjoying building a lot again recently, which has been really, really cool. I'm debating in here if we put live coral or not. I'm not too sure. I'm not gonna commit to yes or no yet, but it's a thought in my brain is putting coral in here somewhere. The more moss I can throw in instead of cobblestone, the better. Ooh, we can also mix in some pale moss too at the bottoms. Actually works really well as like a slightly darker tone to tough. Should add trees around the flower beds. We'll add a few trees like probably along that back, but we gotta be very careful about trees. It is the Foliage University, I know that much, but the more trees we add in, the more that we take away from the view that we're making up there, and that's potential for issues. Live coral can work as a bigger flower variant. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Suranowski. I was thinking it'd be cool to do an elevator / lift system for the university. So I've thought about that tool too for the under area, because we have the connection point here, and that needs to connect all the way down to, where is it? Here. Yeah. I was close. It just has this fake wall behind it. Yeah, so we need to connect this point all the way back in here to there, which they're almost in line, which is sweet. So I'm thinking it'll be a mix of like a giant catacomb of sorts, and then also like underground cavern. You should add corals because the university needs a lot of color. Yeah, we'll probably end up doing coral. Coral. Mushroom cave. Actually, we should be fine for the most part putting things here. Yeah, giant mushroom cave, like very fungal themed in the cavern. So I'm thinking a catacomb area that they've like converted into study rooms and like alchemy rooms of sorts, maybe. They're just underground. And then outside of that, we'll have a lot of, caverns, mushrooms and things. That thing, yeah. Ooh, idea. We could, for the eye blossom, because this will only open at nighttime, we could put some of them back in here. And then maybe make it look like it's more of a sensitive plant. And therefore needs a little tree. And that could get a little bit of the tree. And we could just use like one of these little guys. Keep existing is on. And then we'll drop him down. Yeah. So he could kind of just be like there. So he's casting like a little bit of shade for our eye blossoms. Make sure we didn't get anything in here. We did not. Perfect. You should make a maze under the university. It'll be like a few winding corridors, but I don't think it'll be like full-on maze like vibes. I do want to add like cherry leaves, and I think flowering azalea leaves could be kind of cute around here for like, I mean, obviously flowering azalea. So just like little bits of that around. And then we're going to have our more natural wilded areas that we've been doing throughout, which would be kind of up here. We're not fully taming all of the wilds. Some of this is still going to be El Natural areas, which I think would be very cool for like the final vision of all of it. Well, something like that could work. 600th like on the stream. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Need those bushes. They're pretty good, Thomas. They're pretty good. Been watching you since the start of your hardcore world, and you've inspired the whole way through mine. Thanks. Keep up the good work. Hey, Ethan, that's absolutely awesome, dude. Thanks for sticking around for over 3 years now. That's absolutely amazing. Let's see if we do like, oh no. The only thing I don't like with these little guys is that they fill up like a whole block space regardless of how many that you put in there. So once you commit to the wildflowers, you're kind of like, this is just going to be, like, there's really not going to be that much other stuff in here. You can do a little like that, I guess. Yeah, that could kind of work. I guess we need to figure out what colors are going each area before we just throw them in willy-nilly. Let's see. What plants? We could have a tulip section, just like foliage tulips here and here. That could be kind of cool. So we could have like red and orange. Then we could have white and pink. So they can kind of take up that whole area. We'll figure out what we're going to do in there. Salami Dog for the 7 months, my dude. Thank you so very much. After we move out of those, cornflowers could be a vibe with our blue orchid. Kind of works a little bit. And then we'll have a Lily of Valley, Azure Bluette, and Oxide Daisy in a space. Alliums. And then Dandelion and Poppy, kind of don't really care too much about them. Wither Roses, I don't think I'm actually going to put up here. I think we can do those like underground. But let's go with like a very different from like we have the bam, bam. That'll be like very contrasty. You can have cornflowers here, blue orchid back here. We will just grab a bunch of our flowering leaves real quick. A spring cooler's made by dwarves. Ooh, a sprinkler system could be a vibe. Wait, I actually kind of love that. Let's clear out this bar. What can I use for sprinkler system?
Pleased to meet you.
Idea.
Here's to 3 more years.
Sorry, thinking. Spirit Almond with the 3 years, my dude. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. Okay, so maybe one of these, one of these, like that. That could be like a little sprinkler. Kind of looks like the water would be pumped up and yeah, I don't know. Could be kind of a vibe. Yeah. And then we can go with like maybe this one a little weathered, a little older. What's good size for an oceanside wheat farm? Probably like 5,000 wheat. That salty sea area, no, they're really gonna make a lot of really good growing out there. I'm kidding. I don't know. However big you want, dude. I don't ask me for ideas on that. Ooh, a little windmill. We could try a little windmill blade like right here. Do we have any windmills on this side that we need to account for which direction they're facing already? I guess we can make one that could look like it could turn. Maybe that's how they like, it's like a pump that can bring the water up. And then that filters it into these different systems. Thoughts? Thoughts? Are we luring? After the next update, will you go through the world and wax any lightning rods? Yeah, I'm gonna just let them oxidize and see what I think about them, and then we'll go from there. Let's go with some of this. Let's go with some of this. This. Already got that. Grindstone. We are in fact luring. Great. Good, good, excellent. Let's grab our wall. Lol. What can we use as like a turn block for? What could work here? What could we work with? We could work with a little like this maybe. Somehow it's gadgeting. We're gonna need to raise this up to get more space to build things out of it. Probably gonna have to go like up to there, which is unfortunate. We're gonna try very hard to make something that doesn't look weird. Maybe we go with a 3-blade. Let's go with a 3-blade windmill. I'm just gonna build it out of full blocks, and then we'll just paste over trapdoors.
Pleased to meet you.
I'm loving everything about this build. Hope you all have a good day.
This can be like a little guy like this. Yeah, let's go with 3. And what other trapdoor can we throw in here to be like a little... Compost station? We got a compost pile right up there. We added in the last build-in point. It's giving witch hat. It's giving witch hat. No connected payload. No, I haven't made the trapdoor thing yet. The birch is from my texture pack, and I just haven't made it for any of the other trapdoors yet. Shouldn't the bottom right blade curve the other way? You're right, thank you. That's where it was looking wrong. That way? 'Cause that is a BAM, which then that would rotate up to... That's flip too. No, that's not. This one's flipped? No? Yes. Swoop. This one's flipped. No. Wait. I'm so confused. And then that goes... Oh, wait. I think I got it. I think I got it. Ah? And then this needs to be out here. I did it! that? Yes? Yes. Finally got a stream. How are you? My brain's mush already, dude. We're 40 minutes into stream. What do you mean, wait, no? Don't tell me it's wrong. Need a bit of help building. Do I make sure my landscape in my world not look like copy paste or pyramid? Add variation, add rocks. And I know that's, yeah, this is. But I just thought it looked better. Is that it? I feel like it looks better the other way. Unless it needs to go like out here. That's technically bam, wham, shablam. Yes, the other way was better. What was the other way? What was the other way? I'm so confused. Like, you're confused. I'm confused. No, I've got it all. I'm all wrong again, dude. What did I do? They're not evenly spaced. Shh. I think I like that. It gives like curve of movement, and then even though it's not accurate, it still makes it all look like it's. Still makes it look like it's like shoom, it's like moving. I'm doing this. We're rocking this. We're rocking this. Because otherwise, all of our brains are gonna break, and then who's gonna stream? Brains are all broken here. It's fine. We figured it out together. We're doing great. We're gonna do a little like that. You can have another one.
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah. There we go. Herman, thank you so much for the 9 months, my dude. Appreciate you. Also, Distraught Potato, thank you for the 8 months. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was brain broken mode. I missed things. I'm sorry. The bottom right blades to me more. Yeah, technically it needs to be like a little bit more shoom. But I also think if we bring these, like we could move that down to there. But I don't think I like that. I feel like that's too straight. I try to avoid 3 stair-steppies. 3 stair-steppies in Minecraft gives a very artificial look. Whereas this right here, I think is a little bit cleaner. Pipes coming out of the cliff. I'm gonna leave the cliffs for now, just because I want to do that stuff first before I add those in here, but maybe. Okay, well, back to our flowers. Lily of the Valley and Azure Bluettes can go up there. Alliums are gonna have all of this, because love. Dandelions and poppies can split over here, because bleh. And then what are we still missing, flower-wise? Pink petals need to go somewhere. Oh, we have all the tutals. Please, 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 please. Yes. Okay, that's big. That's so big. The sunflower's facing that way. So big. Do a windmill with 1 blade. Like 1 long blade. Nah. Pollinators needed. Yeah, I want to add bees throughout this whole place. Okay. Retrofit. We're going to replace all of these here with a patch of sunflowers. So that we can have our sunflowers. Maybe not right there because they don't get a whole lot of sun when there's that wall in the way. but we'll do that. Lilacs, maybe they just kind of go like a big bunch of them up here. This is going to be such like a vibrant space. Like I'm a little worried it's going to kind of take away from up above, but I think we'll be able to manage. What else do we got? Well, we have pitcher pods that need to go somewhere, and we also have torch flowers. I'm gonna have to go harvest some more of those. Wither roses, again, we're gonna not put out here. And we need rose bushes, and we need peonies. Rose bushes, I feel like with the allium down here could look kind of nice. Red Rabbit, thank you so much for the 5 gift memberships, my dude. I really appreciate all the support. Thank you so very much. We'll do that there, and then our peonies can all sit over here because poppies are gross, so we'll give something interesting over here. And then here we can go with like a fire coral. I can't do that. We'll do that here. Fire coral. Yeah, that works. I don't think I'm gonna do the horn coral. I actually think that looks kind of nice. The poppies are so small that they need a little something. 800 peeps and already 700 likes. Dude, I swear, putting the thing of saying, hey, click the like button just as like the little joke announcement thing, it works. It works so well. To honor our sniffers, we can have these guys up here, and then we'll have, ooh, do I want pitcher pods here? I feel like that when you're walking over is gonna, well, we kind of don't really have a great view anyways. But we can do like rows of pitcher pods. So they're kind of at like an angle. That's just gonna look like an every other. If you want to do rows in Minecraft, you got to do like a strip of 2 and a strip of 2, and then you skip a whole block, because then you can go here and you go bam, bam, bam. We'll add some more interest in later. Like with all these, I know they're just kind of blobs of the flower right now. We'll add some more elements to it, but I'm just trying to get everything placed in first. I do love these little flower petals. They're so fun to work with, dude. They're such a good block to be able to work with. It's such a fun like way of building out shapes and things. Cactus flower and flowering azalea. We got flowering azalea leaves. We could put these cactus flowers. I'm kind of thinking we're not gonna do here. I don't know. I feel like doing cactus flower here feels a little, I'm not sold on it right now, I guess. I'm more okay with doing cactus flower just somewhere else. I'm using them a lot throughout the university already as like decorative, like statuesque things, I guess you could say. So I'm kind of okay with leaving them in that type of a vibe, where they're very much, they exist everywhere throughout the entire university, but they're kind of more in a succulent vibe where like they have to be cared after a lot, because the cactus flower isn't native to this area, because obviously it's from a desert. So that's kind of the vibe that I've been taking cactus flower in the university already. So I kind of want to keep it to that. if that makes sense. They're a little out of place. Yeah, that's my worry. Now, Lily of the Valley, I'm gonna have to go gather these. For sure, I'm gonna have to go find so many of these. It's okay. This will count as my field of the episode, probably. You do a beehive station. I'm thinking we can do a few bees like over there. Like a few little beehives over there. We'd also do a bee... We do a bee nest up here. Or here. I think I have a few. I can just throw one in there. That's kind of fun. This isn't going to be something that we walk through a ton, so I'm okay with it being a little, like, simpler. Of just, like, plots of flowers coming in everywhere. So we'll see what it turns into in the end. But for now, I want to make sure it has interest, but I'm not like, oh, everything here needs to be hyper detailed. I'm okay with a little flower spam.
Pleased to meet you.
My WFH stint officially comes to an end next month. Been awesome watching your world grow over the last 5 years. Excited to see it continue to grow.
Hey, Z-Man, thank you for the 23 months, my dude. Changing the schedule is never fun, but hopefully it works out well for you. What about daisies? Oxide? Oh, I didn't do oxide daisies yet, did I? I kind of forgot to give them a spot. We will figure that out in a moment. Daisy. Daisies could just, they could kind of just be over here. Kind of just be like on the stretch coming in. That's looking pretty good though. It's giving the color that I want. The windmill's kind of in the way. What do we think about rotating the windmill this way? I feel like it makes more sense to be... Let me try this. Yeah, I think that looks better. I think that looks a lot better being out there. What else do we got? That could kind of work. Sweet berries, maybe. I don't have them as a flower, so we have sweet berries already placed in back in here in our little shade garden. Granted, I am using some of our Lily of the Valley in here just to get a little pop and some wildflowers so that extra pops. We could, though, use warped roots. I've used occasionally as like a cyan-y something or another. So we could do some of those. But maybe not. I'm not sold on it quite. Maybe we could just have like warp roots up here as like an in-between. We'll just mix them in with some grass. That gives that in there. Please add cherry leaves hanging above the path, like above there. I don't want to interrupt that arch at all. I really love the shape I made on that, so I don't want to lose the shape. Don't forget eye blossom. Oh yeah, no, we have that. They're right back there. They're covered by the tree. They're just closed because it's daytime. They're sweepies. How did so much progress get made? Because I have, I put like, I think I played for like nearly 20 hours this weekend. Last weekend. Dude, I played so much Minecraft over the weekend. It's kind of scary. It's fine though. Also, cactus flowers we have up there on those anvils, you see. I know this place is going to be very spawn city out here, but we can at least help a little for along the pathway, give it some subtle light. I know this is only a soul lantern, it's not the most amazing thing, but I don't like when my Minecraft builds anymore just like blam, light everywhere. I've found that I don't like using torches and lanterns. I actively will avoid using a torch and a lantern if I can replace it with a lower light level block. I guess I used one there, but there has to be very specific cases to use a full 15 light level block. We have a Lego in here? What's going on? How are we doing? Coral fans. Yeah, we can try to get some of the coral in.
Pleased to meet you.
The bees might get hurt because of the eye blossoms fWhip.
Oh, do they die to eye blossoms? Oh, I totally forgot about that. Do they actually die to eye blossoms in Minecraft? If so, we can't have that there. Thank you, thank you. Have you ever been up to Seattle Space Needle? Yeah, I actually used to go every year on my birthday. When I was a kid, my mom would take me, and my best friend growing up had the same birthday. So my mom would take both of us up to the Space Needle for a dinner. I've only been up once since they added the glass floor. I haven't been up since that came in, really. But it's good views from up there. Yeah, it's cool. It's very, very fun. Okay, bubbles. Just a few of those in there for some extra pops. In with our tube coral, we can add with our cornflowers, I mean. And where can we throw the pink in? Do we throw it up here? that over there. We could do like another. We're gonna need a well up here. I know we have the sprinklers that we designed. Can we get a council teaser? Sure. I don't know. 1,000 likes. There's a spoiler every stream for 1,000 likes. Just saying. Yeah, there we go. That'll be a good extra. Would love to go to school here. I use 45% gamma, or if I need to see inside, I'll crank it up to 250 because I still don't want it to be like fully whited out. Yeah, the coral brings a good little pop of very vibrant. I mean, I'm colorblind, so I'm red-green colorblind, so those I can't really see too well, but I'm sure they pop well for y'all. I think that adds a really good touch in here. I actually don't know what I would really change with adding extra details besides like a little grass and stuff along like these points, just like little bits in here to fill in some gaps. But I kind of digging just the overgrown flowers everywhere look. Get that like count up. Dude, we're getting there. The likes are climbing today. Compared to the last few streams, we're getting a ton of likes. So thank you. I really appreciate y'all doing that. Yeah, I feel like this is a pretty cool terrace in here. I like this a lot. That's kind of what I had envisioned for this stretch here. We just need to figure out what we're doing along that, and I feel like more flowers is going to be the play. Oh, but before we get out there, let's go up here, as I think I want to just like spam grass and just like general greenery. I don't really want to throw flowers up here as we're right under the wall, so I don't want to have like a big pop of color right underneath our castle wall. But if we fill in some grass, we can fill in some bushes, firefly bushes, and that kind of stuff. A little dry grass in here too. So I just kind of, the way I do this typically to get started is just like blanket spread tall grass around, just so I can have like the noise going in. I just kind of randomly spam it until it feels good. So something like that can work out pretty well there. A few of these we'll come back in and throw in some ferns just to get that variety sake in. And then back up here we can have a little bit of taller stuff. Excuse me. I've been recording too much recently. My voice is not happy with me. Let's break that guy. Then we'll come in and replace some of it with some bushes, get a few darker patches of our green in here. The bush carries just a little bit of a darker coloring. So that can help us with some variety. Water Creek. I just don't really have a water source that would come from up here, so I feel like in my brain that would feel very artificial. Especially when we just built a windmill as a sprinkler system to pull up from an underground well. Then adding a creek kind of kills the whole purpose of that. So I like the tech idea of the dwarves help the students build a windmill to get water out here to more easily water the gardens and things. I feel like that's more fun than just here's water. Okay, there's that looking pretty good. Got a little bit of leaf action in here. Oh, we could also come out here. Yeah, that's looking good. Bonfire for the empty spot over there. Nah, I don't want to do that. We'll add more gardens and stuff. I need to fully redesign that sniffer ranch the sniffer paddock over there. I do not like it. It needs a building. Would the university hold like events? Probably. We're gonna have a big dining hall, mess hall in it. I still need to finish designing it, but I've got it in my brain for what I want to include. I just gotta actually transfer that into block instead of brain thought. There we go. That's looking good. I really like that little green up there. That helps it a lot. That actually helps a ton just with smoothing that transition. I know we've moved off of music, but highly recommend checking out the band Kinship. They have some solid chill vibes. Okay. Thanks, Austin. I love the bushes make the grass look so much better. Yeah, dude, the bushes are such a good block. Oh, we didn't add any of the firefly bushes. I feel like I've been getting so much stuff in my eye recently. Let's just do a few right in here. Just like a little. That gives a little bit of a darker bit. And then we can also do a few of those here. I like to do the firefly bushes and then surround them just with bush. We'll come back to this later. I don't know what I want to do there yet. Okay, in here. Will university contain magic elements? Magic does exist in this world. The university is not like super magic school themed. Like this isn't Hogwarts.
GTG. I'll watch the VOD later. Time to flip a house.
Hey, good luck, Red Rabbit. Thanks for stopping by today. I really appreciate all the support as always. Thank you for the donut, but have a good rest of your day. What do we want to do in here? We need to do some garden of sorts, I feel like. But yeah, so magic exists in the context of what I'm building up in here. But it's not like we're not having like, here's defensive magic school. Like that type of, that's not what this university's for. So, there'll be some amount of magic, but nothing too crazy. Like, there's more like alchemical magics and stuff, I guess is what I'm going for. That's spruce. I guess I can grab it out of my inventory. Fine. Gonna be sport fields? Nah, I didn't really build space for that. My plan eventually is to create some sort of a jousting tournament happening out here, like some medieval fair tournament of sorts. It has always been in my brain to build out here, but I'm not too sure when that'll happen. So yeah, that's current thought on that, which I know is not much thought, but oh shoot. I'm not too sure what type of garden I want to do back in here, but I kind of like the idea of having some wood. Little bits over there, and then this can all be just like our regular grass detailing. Oh, I need a well somewhere. Mostly because I need to have it so I can make water sources for myself. Thomas, I'm stealing your well design again. I know I've used it like a million times over, but I'm using it again. It's too good not to use. I'm gonna make it red this time though, so it's super fast. I actually don't want to change that hotbar. Thomas made this design back in like when I was building the Magic University in building with fWhip in the big port city there. That's when Thomas first showed me this, and I've used it whenever I need a small well. I've used this since. I don't know if Thomas is still in the stream, but I have used this thing like a million times over, dude. It's such a good little design there. That's it. That's the whole well, and it's a full water source you can draw from whenever you need it. I feel a bit obvious that in the university they'll study about the tree. A little bit about the tree, yeah. They study all things foliage based, and so anyone who's a student here will most likely have a course on the tree. Probably be some amount of maintenance that the students do for the tree to keep it all healthy and happy. When will you update the mountains around the university? After I finish all this, I think this mountain is gonna be soon after. I can't decide if I want to do that mountain before I build this one, like in-game, because I've already had that plan for a while, so I feel like I need to do that. But this one is, I really want to start, at least in the creative world, redesign it so I can know what I'm getting myself into. Dense forest across from the bridge would be kind of cool. So over there, we're doing warm weather pine trees as the like tree types over there. And so we're going to add a few more patches in like this. I don't want it to be like full super dense forest, but I do want like pockets of trees throughout. So we'll get some more in there. Speaking of pockets of trees. Where is my little spruce?
Pleased to meet you.
At the bottom.
Yippee. First fWhip stream in my first ever apartment. Let's go. 3.
Congratulations, it's Bits. Thank you so very much for the 3 months. Congrats. Good luck on the move-in process. Thinking something like that right there could be kind of cool. Oh, yeah, that looks great. I think it looks absolutely great from, yeah. Honestly, wait, this is kind of like a...
Pleased to meet you.
Why is this such a cool window? Wait, hold up a minute. Hold, please. Why is that like such a cool screenshot opportunity? That's so cool. Just would need to like crop out those lines somehow. Replace those over. That's really cool.
Pleased to meet you.
Flower azalea trees. Joins florists W tree student.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're welcome, Belladonna. You can join the university. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of. Ooh, I guess we could turn some of these into flowering. We're gonna need a lot of students here, so don't worry. Big stuff. Flower. This one can kind of look like it's in bloom. They have magic fertilizer here that keeps the flowers blooming year-round, regardless of season. You should build a big lake by the university. I should build a big lake by the university. That would look really cool to build a big lake by the university. Okay. Are students from Papyrus gonna be here? Yeah, as long as they get into the school, they're welcome. Three, 4, 5. That'd be the same height as there, so we'll raise it up one more. Oh. Let's have that one with an actual berry glowing in it, growing and glowing, so that will spawn proof us, and we get some fun particles here. 1,000 likes, y'all. I think this might be a record for how quick we've hit 1,000 likes. Okay, so big thing here. Do you want a front university spoiler or back of university spoiler? Whatever chat goes the craziest with. Front or back? Front or back? We're in the back right now. Front, back, front, back, front, back. I'm seeing a lot of front. I'm seeing you can't. Both is not an option. Both not an option. You got one spoiler. You can have another spoiler on Wednesday when we hit 1,000 likes there, and I think you'll like that one already because I already have it planned. Front. I'm seeing a lot more front. I'm seeing a lot more front in chat. Okay, we can go check out the front. The front. Are we ready? 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 I don't know if we're ready. Are we ready? It's right here. It's right here. What? You can ooze and ahs now. Wah. Wah. There you go. That's as much as I planned for over here. Of course, a tree in the front. And then this is that back little doorway that will lead all the way down eventually to blah, 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 blah. Okay, there's your spoiler. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for 1,000 likes. Coming soon to a fWhip video near you. There's so many cool tricks I used to build that tree. I'm just saying, y'all just pay attention to the how I did it in the video, dude. I actually like, I'm trying to go a lot more into the explanation of the story for these next videos. I really hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm trying something new for the recording style because I want to just like switch it up, and I think y'all are gonna really enjoy it. Is it a tree sapling from the big tree? It's a different type of tree, but it could technically qualify. All right, I'm gonna put some benches in here just so we can have some fun places to sit. Old Faithful. We'll do that around the front because that's just it's so good. What if we get to 2K likes? Then you get a spoiler for every 1,000 likes. That's always been the deal. There's a transaction here. I won't hold back from y'all. If you get to 2,000 likes, y'all can have another spoiler. What do I do here? It needs to be flowers. Flowers. Thinking I'm gonna pick my favorites. I like alliums. I like azure bluettes. I like cornflowers. And those are my 3 favorites. So maybe we'll just start with these guys. But we do them a little like organized. Like they kind of get like little boxes that they grow in. We can have another patch of alliums back here. 10K spoiler. You just spoiled the latest big movie. Just like, so this is what happens in Superman. Ah. We're gonna do little these guys right here. It's a nice little garden space. Like cornflowers. Yeah, the cornflowers are cool. It's kind of, you got this one, or you can do a little side route here through these. You get all these little plants, little vibes, little fun stuff. I kind of also like the idea. We already have azalea stuff around, but we can maybe do like a little, just a little plant pot. Little pot of plant. It's not uncommon for gardens to also have things in pots while in the garden. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one, and I'm gonna move this guy to the side so that it doesn't feel so stair-steppy. Move that guy back. Move him forward. Yeah, I like that more. I think that looks a little bit better. That works. fWhip, your 6-year-old how to build a city video is trending on my YouTube homepage. So you watched it, right, Twixie? Right. No, I'm just kidding. If you've already watched it, then you don't have to watch it again. But you could, though. That'd be pretty cool if you did. But, like, no pressure at all. But it could be cool. I'm pretty sure Sid is making like grilled cheese or something right now, and I know I can't eat it, but I think it's just mean. It smells so good. Just because I can't eat it doesn't mean I don't want to eat it. Like 2 years ago. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, that is a beautiful little garden to walk through. Wee. We'll just have to get some bees in here when I actually do the bee nests over there, or beehives. The nests are the wild ones, right? Yeah, dude, that leads everything on this road all the way out here, all the way connected back around the city. All of the foliage is done once I get this all built out. It was through that video I found fWhip. Can't believe it's been almost 6 years. Ooh, yeah, that was actually the first how to build a city video. fWhip how to build a city. Hey everybody, whip. Oh wow, that is old, dude. That is 6 years ago. That video, this one right here, my Milmar, there it is. This video right here was one of the reasons why my channel became successful. This, why is it in this weird? That was a weird playlist. But this video right here was, when did I release this? Yeah, August 1st. It's literally just turned 6 years old. But this video got 1 million views in a week.
Pleased to meet you.
Back when I was getting maybe 10,000 views on a video. I published this one and it just went boom. Yeah, that video is one of the reasons why I was able to go full-time on YouTube. That was the first video I ever had that actually went viral. And it was such a nothing video. I thought I was just like throwing it out there, like just like, yeah, I'm busy this week, let's make up something a little bit easier to do because I don't have time to do much. And that's the result. Sometimes that goes to show on YouTube that like you can plan all you want and do whatever you want, and sometimes just the video that you're like, yeah, this is a throwaway, don't really care too much, blah blah blah, and then that's the one that goes. Will that whole build be one video? This build? No, this is gonna be the university I'm doing in a 4-part series is my current idea. So you all are gonna see from start to finish, the university is gonna be finished by the end of August is my hope. The underground area might be the first video of September, but my big goal is to try and get at least all of the exterior of the university done by and most of the interiors of this upper area. If I can get all of the upper area interiors done by the end of August, I'm gonna be very, very happy. But it's gonna be a project, y'all. It is a project. I already have been working on it in survival. My first video was the Guardian Farm. Ooh, I'll take it. Thank you, thank you. Funny enough, that's exactly what I was looking for at the time. I think I just like I started the trend on that, and I love it because if you look at let me pull that video up again. Where is that?
fWhip.
Oh my god, that's so. Oh my god, it's the old skin too, dude. That's such an old skin. But if you look at this color pattern here that I used for laying everything out with the gray for the walls, yellow, light blue, cyan, and orange for different buildings, and then the green to dot around, that became the trend. I didn't realize how well I struck the colors on this, because this became the trend for anybody doing a how to build anything video on YouTube, and it's still that way. Yeah, the skin, look at that. Oh, but you see like the colors out here of how all this stuff comes together and how it's all in there. Like this became the trend of YouTube. Like this still to this day, if you watch any video where somebody's planning something out and shaping something out, they majority of the time will be using this exact color palette. And I just pulled it randomly. I was just like, this looks fine, it looks good, and it became it. That became the thing that everybody started doing. It was crazy. I've seen this bit, but I didn't remember that skin. Yeah, that's an old one. Actually, you know who made that for me? They started a YouTube channel since, but that was they go by Pride Ceratops now. They hang out on Germsy Boys streams a lot. But yeah, they made that skin for me way back in the day. And then I used that for a good while until I finally moved into like trying to make my own, and now I got this one, which I love this Minecraft skin. I feel like the colors on this one are very fun. Do you have an old video about building mountains and terrain? Oh yeah. Didn't know that was you, but definitely a method I use myself. Yeah, you're welcome. That was me. What will be your big stream project? Well, the university is my Minecraft project right now, on stream and off stream. Literally all I've been doing for the past X number of days is university. I'm having a great time sinking my teeth into it. Like, it's been so fun being able to just dedicate. Like, I have my entire calendar cleared for August from all other forms of content, unless we throw in a random misadventure stream. But every single thing I'm doing on YouTube right now is purely for building this. And I haven't really like blocked something off on my calendar for a whole month of building outside of like the random January throwaway, like let's stream and dig a river type of projects. I feel like we need some flowers dotted in. I like the green we're getting. Maybe we don't need flowers. Maybe it's better that there's no flowers because it just gives green noise instead of, yeah, you can get a big, but it just gives green noise there, and it doesn't take away from the flowers over here, and then it also doesn't just blur it all together with the flowers there, because I like the alliums there as they really draw your eye to the gate. Are you gonna build the Forbidden Forest? No entry for students? Nope. No, I don't. I try to very actively not do anything Harry Potter themed. I understand the cultural phenomenon of all of it, that everybody loves it and everything, but I was never a big Harry Potter fan, and I very, very much disapprove of the author, so I try and not give too much anything to Harry Potter. I try and not give it too much attention to what I'm doing. It's not, I don't want to support the author in any way, so I don't want to, then therefore I don't like to support their work either. It was a series that didn't mean much to me to begin with, so it's pretty easy for me to be able to do that. I know it's a little bit harder for people who like grew up absolutely obsessed with it and everything like that. So don't get mad at people if they're still trying to enjoy their Harry Potter obsession, but it's something that I have decided is not worth it for me. That was supposed to be string. Are you gonna start terraforming the mountain today? Not today. No. I'm very focused on this. The mountain, I'm not even gonna think about. What the author do? You can go look it up online if you would like to, but they've become a very hate-filled person, and it's not a good look. I'll let you all go and do your own research on that. I don't need to dive into it. I know some of it. I don't know all of the facts, and I don't feel well enough equipped to speak on behalf of everything, so I don't want to. More so outside of saying that it's something that I just is not something I'm interested in giving more spotlight to. As I would hate to misspeak on something like that. But yeah, we can drop it now. I said what I wanted to say. We don't have to drop it. And if you're looking for more information, I would recommend you go and do some research online and do some Googles, and you can find out. Just put in the person's name and drama, and you'll find all of it, I'm sure. That looks really good over there. How am I doing today? I'm doing pretty good today. I had a really good weekend, and I'm feeling very ready to get back into doing some builds. Very fun. Big builds. Weird question, but do you feel that a Minecraft creator has more chance of getting recognition on YouTube if their skin is more unique? So I would say because I saw who responded to you. Somebody said something about the cringe dream type skin. I would say so your Minecraft skin, if you're a content creator, this is gonna be an upsetting take probably for a lot of people, but your skin when you get started on YouTube, don't include it in thumbnails. Outside of maybe like a person there, but don't do like how Lizzie on all of her thumbnails, like her character skin is like this right in the center, like the biggest element is Lizzie's character skin. That works great for her because Lizzie has a whole brand built around her. People see her character skin and they go, oh my gosh, I want to click that video. Grian can do the same thing. Mumbo can do the same thing. I to an extent can do the same thing because you all know my skin, so if you see this, you're likely to click on the video. But if you are a new content creator, your Minecraft skin actively, I think, can take people away from wanting to click on your video if it's the main thing about the video, because the people viewing it are going to be like, oh, I don't know that person. I don't recognize that skin. I'm going to go click on something else. So if you can make your thumbnail more about, like, you'll see, like the thumbnail that I did for the stream today, you can see that my character was in there, but the main focus of it was something like, obviously builds are in the way now, but it was main focus on like, hey, look at this landscape behind it. And then my character was kind of just like positioned off to the side, like looking at it, like something like that, you know, like you can use your Minecraft skin in that way. I would say having something that's not a dream adjacent skin where it's like, you know, like Looney did it for a while where he went full pink monster. And then you have other people who did like the Sandiction style where they basically became a whole bold color with that on their face. Like that was the only thing outside of a bold color. Like, you have all the people who do that. I think those are bad. Like, I don't think those actively help you in any way as a content creator. But I also think having a super hyper detailed skin, if you're not established, can also make things a little weird. I would say do what you want. Like, it really doesn't matter. But also, like, don't be super worried about it. If your skin is kind of blah, 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 like, it doesn't have to be super hyper detailed, but also doesn't have to be super simple either. Like, make what you want to make, but just always, when you're putting thumbnails in, try to think about, if people saw this skin, would they recognize me? And when you're a small creator, people don't know you, so they're not going to recognize you. But when you get to be a bigger, larger creator, just putting your skin in a thumbnail alone allows you to have easier thumbnails that don't really do anything. It's like putting a random person on a thumbnail versus putting Mr. Beast on a thumbnail. Obviously, that's as extreme as you can get on it, but it all still applies. So I would say have a skin that you like, but don't try and meta-ify your Minecraft skin to get more views. It won't do much. That's my response, I guess. Okay, this is looking really good in here. We could do the Sniffer Ranch. I also have those buildings that need to be textured and detailed and all that. Do we want to go in there and work? I'd say we can go in there. We'll go work on the university in a few for a bit. So, welcome to the inside of the university. Here's your extra spoiler. We'll start working on detailing this guy. This is going to be a library on the inside and student housing up above, so we need to break some windows into there. We need to get this tower textured. We need to get all these things sorted and all that. Great. How many episodes do you think the university and its surrounding will end up being? 4 to 5 episodes, most likely. Because one episode, I can tell you, this week's episode is a lot about building the entrance to the university. Next week's episode is a lot more university work. Then the week after is where I'm trying to finish the entire upper section. Also, that looks insane on the map with all that color in there. That looks like paint splotches. We'll be up at... But anyways, the next week will be up in here. The week after that is going to be this whole lower section. And then the week after that, there probably won't be a video. But then after is probably going to be coming back and doing everything underground. Yeah, the map version looks crazy. That's cool. That's looking... I love this, dude. This is fun. I'm happy. I'm happy with how that's turned out. Anyways, I'll leave you here looking at this for a second. Come up with some ideas for how we can detail it and whatnot, but I gotta go use the restroom, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Did you all like the stream for the chair? I hope so. I appreciate it. Also, I totally missed this one. Coffee. Thank you for the 2 months. Sorry, I missed that a little while ago. And Helen, thank you for the gift, member. Appreciate that. Very demure. Just a little armrest showing. Yeah, you got it, Dot. You got it. Okay. This big boyo. I really should design it inside out, but I'm not going to. Let's grab lightning rod and some copper. I think this could be kind of a fun vibe. Maybe. That's waxed? It is waxed. Okay. We're gonna go with a waxed copper bulb in the middle, and then we'll go with some copper. We'll go with like a waxed exposed copper, so it kind of looks a little bit more brick-ish, because we're gonna do mostly mud brick on this, most likely. And then on the inside, for now, let's just throw in some light blue, because I've been using that throughout the university. Gold as middle block. I don't think the gold will look too good. Gold is not really in the color palette that I've been using so far, so I don't really want to include it. I've already got a pretty established color palette for this entire build, so I kind of want to keep to that. Let's do that, and then we'll go bam, 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 bam. There we go. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I can I can get behind that. Cancel. Let's grab you to you, and then to you, and we can go this. We're gonna flip. Place it on the back. Nice. Would a stained glass window look good there? Is that not a stained glass window? I feel like it was a stained glass window. Are you familiar with Warhammer 40k? For me, it is a huge inspiration for Minecraft world headcanon. I know of Warhammer. I wouldn't say I'm a Warhammer fan in terms of all I know is that there is a lot to know, and I don't know much. You know, Warhammer is one of those that, like, I had a few figurines as a kid, and I was like, this is fun, and that was kind of where it ended for me. I absolutely love the fandom behind it. I think that's such a cool thing for people to get so into. But I have not personally dove very far into the fandom. I think I'm gonna bring this building here as brick all the way down. Been adding these like big like weathered streaks with our dirt and that spruce that you saw me throw in for like that, just to give it a lot of like age and everything up there. Let's see if I jump into here. That. Get rid of all that. Get rid of that. I cannot, but I could just do a little bam, 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 bam. Now I can. Okay. I'm just not going to fill that in along the back until we get to decorating the inside. All of this up here, though, I'm pretty sure I can erase. Yep. Perfect. Make sure I did that in the other tower too, because these are just copies of each other. They are perfect. And then in here, where do you link up? Pretty far down. Okay, we will just send brick all the way on this. Actually, you know what I can do? Go down to this layer so that we're below where those walls are coming in. But if we go stack, 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 that shouldn't be clipping. Oh, it is. Okay. Let's grab here, 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 and then we can set that down to there. Go with that. And then you, sir, can go to there. And then I will just... I know there's a lot more Axiom stuff I could be using, but I can get through enough of what I would like to. Oops. Wait, actually, is that the inside? It is. Oh, well, we're missed a block. Perfect. Okay. I'll just be into there. We'll just flatten it to that point. This is going to be a classroom in here. We're going to have a kitchen in here. So those are kind of divided up between two ones. But yeah. We ever do content on the old Building with fWhip series ever again? Meh, probably not. Maybe at some point, like I do like creative building there, but I never plan to play it in there in survival. Is this world bigger than Building with fWhip? It is now. We have survived, well, day 0 in this because it's creative world, but we've survived, excuse me, sorry. We've survived more days in this world than we have in the old Building with fWhip world. Will you do a tour of building with Whip? You can watch the old tours. I have quite a few of them on my channel. Nothing's changed since then, so I don't feel the need to do a tour. And I don't really like to just revisit tours for the sake of a tour, you know? Feels kind of weird to me that I'm just kind of reusing content for no reason. I still think this is one of the best music discs they've added to Minecraft. It's such a good one. I was so not expecting them to drop this either.
Pleased to meet you.
It's such a goofy song. Hey, Nuts, thanks so much for becoming a supporter, my dude. Appreciate it. How you doing today? Welcome on in. Not gonna lie, I didn't make the connection between... because I saw you had the check mark, and I was like, oh, cool, another YouTube person in here. I didn't make the connection between your videos and who you actually... like, your name until yesterday when I was just... I saw your... one of your... I think you're live streaming. I saw it on the feed, and I was like, oh, they've been in my chat. Oh! I've seen a bunch of your videos from your new, like, slowed down series. Definitely had one of those moments of like, wow, small world. Hope you're doing well today. Okay, so this front one here is going to be all... what about Tears music disc? It's pretty good. I don't think I've listened to Tears as much because, you know, good stream meme song can go a long way. Oh, yeah, oh. Actually, I think I'm just gonna go with those because we can take that down. Can I get in here and just do that from the backside? I can. I just kind of add in different patches throughout. Like, I'd love to get some windows in here. I'm just not too sure where yet. Is a wee bit of a problem. Because this is going to be a big grand entrance into here. We have a doorway up here. So if we think that's going to be a floor, assumption is that this will most likely be a floor. Maybe to there. So it can drop down a little bit. That leads us into this greenhouse. Into here, so we can say floor at this layer, and then if we go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, be another floor at roughly that layer. So then if we come over to here, that would be windows here. Yeah. That's math. Yeah, that'll even that out on that one. Then we can come back to here. Yeah, sure. Looking good. Perfect. Okay, yeah, that'll be some windows. That'll guess one of the sniffers got out, by the way, from my sniffer spam a few streams ago. That'll be enough windows into there. I did want to look into some skylights for the top. I've been doing it throughout a lot of these, just get more natural light in here, as I know I'm playing on a lower brightness recently. So I've been using this as a way to get some extra light coming in. And so I think we can do that right here. And then I've been using just a little bit of dark oak. But that might not work here, because I don't want to like fully cover it. That looks a little dumb. I guess I could bring it in. And then we could do that on the back too. But the idea is that it's a big library in here. So I figure if we have like a tree or something growing in the middle, that could also be kind of cool. But then we can do dark oak trapdoors along the lip. then let's just clone this. Into there, and then... Oh, I didn't grab the back. Oopsies! Is that where we want to take? There. Okay. That gives us some sort of a light that'll come down into the middle here, which would be good. See, now we got a lot more natural light in here. And then I was thinking at these levels, because still it's just big flat. We don't like big flat. Big flat bad. But I did. Where did I do it? I did it somewhere. Where? I don't. It might be too steep. I did. Yeah, I want to steal this. So it's jungle with gray glass, and in front of that we do a little wall, so it's a little skinny. We can do that. Perfect. So we're gonna want bam, 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 bam. This can come back into here. That's not gonna work. Do we want to just do that? Is that kind of dumb? That's not dramatic enough. We need to get a full block. Like that. Yeah, that'll work. So we can have one of those in here. Oh, we also have a doorway that needs to come out over there. Because I decided, you might have seen it a while ago, I built this thing. Originally, this was going to be like a winding staircase coming up here. I've decided against that, and now it's just going to be a rooftop greenhouse. But we need to figure out a way to climb into here. But we could fix our problem by just bringing this as a staircase that comes down into like a hallway. What level is that? What level are we at here? 140, and this is currently at 143. So we could do that to here or something. I don't know. Maybe that comes into... Let's go with this. Getting a little close to the door there. Because that brings us to 141. Perfect. Okay. So that'll be how we get up to this roof. It can be like blah, 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 blah. All the way to the top. Hey, Stam. How we doing? Welcome on in. My hope was we'll have some like dorms, like student dorms in this upper floor. But if we don't have space for that, that's fine. It's not the end of the world if we can't fit in a few dorms. I would absolutely love it if possible, but I'm not gonna sweat over it. We're gonna take that guy into here. He'll be kind of awkward for now. Then we're also gonna bring him down to here. Ooh, that's gonna be... We can make this work. Might not be able to make it work here. Oh, that's why, because I did one too far forward. Hee. All right, let's go back here, grab this, grab that. That should be all of it. And we're just going to send it straight down. In line with that guy, which is one to here. That should be perfect. Okay. Great. Now we've got a little bit more breakup in the roof. That's looking much better. I like it. What were you asking, Jackson? What about UW? I didn't go to UW, but my family. I have a lot of UW alums. I don't think I'll add any purple and gold in here, but it's got good vibes. We'll do those just to make it a little bit lighter there, or a little bit more headspace. We'll do it over here too, just for now. Okay, progress. I feel like adding another one of these could be good. So let's see, that's 5 apart. That would also be 5 apart. We'll just do that for now. I know it's not centered, but like, whatever. It's built off of that middle cross. That does give us a lot more light in here, and we'll probably have some sort of a floor up here, but we won't in the middle. I don't know really on the interior much yet. We'll skip one. Oh, actually, let's grab a granite. A little topper with some granite. We'll skip 1, 2, 3. Oh, but then I don't want to change that up. Maybe right there. That looks like it's kind of building around it. Just give a little bit more definition to that front face. I think that's kind of fun. It's the most exposed one, so we can do it there pretty easily. I so wish we had a freaking polished granite wall, y'all. Why do we get polished tough wall, polished deep slate wall, but we don't get polished andesite, we don't get polished diorite, and we don't get polished granite? We also get polished blackstone walls. I digress. We join Negative Frayed. Serious, if you got the chance. Is that the one that Mog and all them are doing? That like no armor hardcore thing? Like SB's on there too, I think, or so. I don't know. Maybe. I feel like I'd join it just to be able to meet some people that I haven't really met before. Because that's a lot of the folks who are on there, which I'm like, that could be cool. I swear these are not grates on the edge of the students. These are mosaic decorative windows. These are definitely not some sort of bar to keep the students from jumping out. Just to clarify. Hey, Racer, how we doing? I feel like this needs definition. It's so flat, but it's also right up against the snow here, and this mountain is likely to change, so maybe we can clean that later. Hey, Legend B, what's up, dude? Sure, Anima. Hey, aren't you the one going back to school right now? So I don't know. These are, wouldn't you like some fancy decorative windows? I'm assuming you're not going to like some dorm roomy thing, but like fancy decorative window versus bar on window. I'm just saying. No, are you the one? No, Jinxie's the one going back to school right now, right? Am I going crazy on all that? I don't know, dude. Are you? I don't know. I could be so wrong. Is this the university? This is the university. It has begun. Don't worry, they all get water buckets to clutch. Yeah, that's the first class here. Is that before you can climb the Giga Tree, you have to learn. You have to prove you can water bucket clutch. That is lore. Decided now. That is lore of the world. We don't want that there. That's a little shadow cast by that guy, so we don't. Oh, okay, that's fine. Like, what did I break? Kind of thinking we just do like a splash of terracotta down here just for some funsies. kind of works well with. We do that, and then we do some granite around it. And then we can go in the mud, and then that'll work out fairly well. In the middle here, we can do a little bit like this. Do a little bit like that. You think you mixed me up with Jinxie? Okay, yeah. I was like, wait a minute. I think I said that wrong. It's like, I know one person on the mod team is going back to school right now. I was like, I don't think it's actually Anima. I think I was giving you a hard time for something you didn't do. I take it back. Good. No. Kind of nice. We'll get some different grasses and bushes and things in here below, so it won't really matter. Hide the base a little bit more. It'll help it transition better. Best thing about a foliage university, the more plants I have, the better. I can spam foliage everywhere I want. Do you have vibrant visuals on? Vibrant Visuals does not exist on Java Edition yet, so no Vibrant Visuals for me. They do be good windows, but now just thinking fancy bars. Yeah. I mean, finals time, wherever you are, no matter how much you love your school, can be tough. But I kind of want to do like a little like... Hold. Cook or no cook? I think cook. I kind of like that. Also, that pillar right there, that's I use this as a marker everywhere that I build, as in add tree here. So we're gonna have a tree that'll kind of hide a little bit of this section too. So we got spruce, we got a birch, we got an oak, we got another oak that's just in the mountainy biome over there. This is going to be a mountain biome here too. Made me spit my soda out. Sorry. And then here by this tree, just to give it a little bit more, like it's casting a shadow on the build and kind of paint in some shadows. Up here. I have this on a different one. No, I don't. I got rid of it. Isn't the world 4 years old now? Nope, we'll be 4 years old in early November or December. How do you pick your block palette? I struggle with it so much. You can use tools like Hue Blocks, or if you have Axiom, you can use the Gradient Helper. You can use the Color Picker. Click all around. It'll give you a bunch of colors of blocks and things. And then I lay them out like this. So I want light gray, and black tones. So you have your darkest and your lightest, and then you kind of spread them out based off of that. And then also, then I just kind of lay everything out that I want to use for it. And this is very much sticking in the warm tones. So I have a lot of the warm tones, and then to contrast those, we have a lot of our cooler tones for the roof. But these are still kind of a warmy tone, just with the yellows. And then these are just some extra details I had for when I wanted to do, like, I knew I wanted to include for greenhouses and stuff. And then now I'm just trying to like mimic where I feel like light would hit things. Kind of thinking I want to actually extend this down a decent amount and then bring our oak here. Extend our jungle down a touch. Give it a little bit more big. A little bit more big. Yeah, I think that's nice. Okay, that's looking pretty good here. I like this. I want to see if this will look better. Actually, yeah, let's go try dark oak. Can't do it over there, but we can. We like? A little bit more of a lip around it, which is kind of nice. Just joined. What'd you miss? 2 hours of building. We built all of that, and now we're in here actually working on the university buildings itself. Too bad we Bedrock players don't have as many mods. You have Hue Blocks available to you. It is a website. It is amazing. It does a good job. This is Hue Blocks. Welcome to Hue Blocks. This is a cool website. You click here. You click, I would like to have exposed copper. Let's say we're going to get exposed copper to cyan concrete powder. How can I do that in 9 blocks? Generate. Some of them are kind of weird. You don't get the best results, but technically that is about as color accurate as get. Okay, so cyan concrete powder didn't work out the best. Let's try going with 2 mangrove plank. There you go. Exposed copper, chiseled, polished granite, and then you can click in here and you can be like, maybe I don't want that. Maybe that, and then that's kind of your closest that you can get here. And this is at least like a starting point. This is called Hue Blocks. Oh. Hue Blocks. And then if you did the 25 blocks long, you'd be like, oh my god, look how many blocks are in here. But maybe even that's not your fancy. It's not really getting there. Let's go with strip spruce log. You can go 9 blocks on strip spruce log. Oh. Oh. Oh, I didn't know you make it bigger. Yeah, you don't want that. Podzol, maybe, sure. But look at that. You got pretty... That's like not a bad gradient right there. I might add like coarse dirt in here, like on around that too, but this gets you a good starting point. No self promo in chat, please, friends. You're welcome to mention stuff about what you do, but if you're mentioning your channel and all that a little too much, I'm kind of gonna start taking that as you're just trying to get people to go look at your channel, which I don't appreciate you doing that in my stream. You're more than welcome to hang here. Absolutely love having other creators in the chat. Fantastic to be able to meet other people in the content creator community, but you know, you probably wouldn't like it if somebody came into your stream or your videos and said, please go check my channel out, or I do all this stuff too. Just try and do the same as you'd expect. I'm gonna go behind that and do a little... Are the greenhouses staying lime green? I think they are. I don't know. What do we think about? I kind of like the pop of the lime green greenhouse. The lime green greenhouse. That's hard to say. Say that 5 times fast. The reason being is it's already established in the dwarven area. Granted, I'm using tough as framing now instead of this very warped roof pattern that we had beforehand. Speaking of which, I think I can go through all the warp gen. But we had this before as something that was just super cool. I love how these greenhouses turned out. and they're all using lime glass on them. I think it's a really cool pop in here. So I want to take that same idea here and transfer it up, is the thought that I had. I want to try replacing that here. And then this can also... Yeah, I kind of like that better. Maybe just regular green. Lime green is so bright compared to the brown tones. Yeah, but I kind of want the greenhouses to pop. Let me finish texturing all of these and adding in all the different highlights, and then we'll try. We'll try some different stuff. It's pretty easy in Axiom to just swap out a full block like that, so. Oh. I did go through and install all the lights and everything in it. I made sure that they're spaced out to be mob proof, which I'm very excited about. If you're not familiar, in the greenhouse down there that I was just showing you in the dwarven area, I used these night sensors. So we'll flip it here to be day mode. But so when it gets to nighttime, these would power on and light up everything. But during the day, they're powered from the sun, so that we don't have the lights active. I just think it's such a cool way to just do something a little different than having like permanent light sources. We can actually visually see when the light sources turn on and activate and really like keep the area going. Edible food theme. Yeah. These greenhouses are all themed around different things. So that's going to be all like crops and berries and stuff that you can eat. Where in here, this is general plants. Themed. This one over here is going to be, that's the dining hall, but this is all going to be flowers and color. And then I want to have some big trees in here. That'll be really cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave the green in for now because Foliage University, greens, foliage, all that cool stuff. But we're gonna play with it. I'm not, it's not set in stone. It's set in tough right now, but it's not too tough to swap. Sorry, that was so bad. Mod pack. You can find all my mods in Discord if you would like to check them out. Can't lightning strike through glass? No. But I also have fire tech turned off in my world if it can. And also weather does not exist in this world, so it's not a huge issue regardless. For those who are not familiar, this is a world that has existed for nearly 4 years. In 4 years of Minecraft updates, there tend to be a few little itty bitty buggy things every once in a while. And our little itty bitty buggy thing that we had is I updated to a snapshot at one point in time, trying to be like, oh my God, I want to play in the snapshot. That's going to be so fun. Little did I know, by updating to the snapshot, I permanently broke weather in this world. Well, not permanently, but like weather counts down from a random tick value to 0. And then weather happens, rain triggers, thunderstorm triggers, whatever it is. And then when that happens, it generates a new random number up to the top, and then bam, 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 all the way down. And then it rains again and does all that stuff. Well, I updated the snapshot right as a thunderstorm or something was about to hit, and we went into negative numbers, which then flipped to the highest possible integer in Minecraft, and then is now counting down from there. So I need another few years in this world before it's ever gonna rain or snow. If you're not aware. So as much as we joke about, oh, haha, snow, yay. Like, that's why I'm not stringing over all the builds or anything. I will deal with that when it happens eventually. We'll have a big celebratory live stream of, oh my God, it finally rained and snowed. Let's go AFK at the spider farm and talk about how much we love the weather and how nice it was when there was no weather in this world, but now we have weather, and so now we're back to dealing with the weather in this world, and it'll be great. It'll be a super fun live stream. We're gonna spend a few hours just placing string around to stop snow from spawning. You aren't Jon Snow then? No, never claimed to be. Also, this is a custom state for a lightning rod that I copied, so I can place it upside down automatically. It's super nice. Love Axiom. Flower pot button. This is what I'm using for all of the roof railings because plants. So obviously we're going to use flower pots as part of our way of spawn proofing. Duh. What else would I be doing? Weather disappearance lore. It's true. Okay, this guy all needs to be textured with our mud palette that we've used so far. You know what? I'm gonna grab copper. A copper. Put it right there. Where can I copy this from? I would love to be able to only... You know what? It might be easier. Oh, geez. Not that. Let's go with that. And we're going to go into the extrude tool. We're going to just put a solid line across here so that we're only extruding above. And we're just going to get rid of all that. And then I can figure out what I need to place in. And we can just texture it from the inside. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. This lower one, I'm okay with being a little bit darker, so we're going to go pretty dripstone heavy on it. I know a lot of it's going to be covered, so it's fine. Yeah, we'll just do that. That's fine. How did you get here? Okay. That'll be enough up there. That's fine. Don't you hate it when you finish a build and you realize you built a few blocks to the side of where you wanted it? No, then you terraform the entire world around it to fit where you put it in the new spot, obviously. But also, yeah, it can be very annoying. Purple glass greenhouse to reference and tie in with the Giga Tree. I don't want to use the purple glass anywhere. I think that's magenta too. Because then I think it's going to take away from the element of that being the really only magenta stained glass thing. Outside of there is the iron farm over there. If you remember from way long ago, I started pioneering the idea of using magic in this world to like hold old structures together. So it was just magenta stained glass all over the place. I never really continued along with it after this build here. It just wasn't something that I really fell in love with. I don't want to get rid of it because I feel like I don't like to get rid of builds that I did. But some magic force is holding this crumbled building together, which is our iron farm. And then it's also the same magical force is holding the tree together. So I feel like they're kind of on their own, standing there of like this old lore in the world. So adding the glass in somewhere else, to me, feels like it would take away from that being so unique. You could implement the snow in the build so it makes sense that it's in a snow mountain.
Pleased to meet you.
Or, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. We get rid of all of the snow on the mountain.
Path is finished. Keep it up.
Skyden, thank you for the 20 months at tier 2. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel like the magic force wasn't taken far enough with the iron farm. Yeah, it's something I want to revisit. I just like, it's like keeps getting deprioritized. Yes, that's an option too. to get on out of here. Let's help him out. Yeah, I don't know how you fell in here. That's harsh though. That's tough, buddy. Go up this way. Yeah, go find them seeds. Oh, actually, let's airdrop a sniffer. Look at his little legs. Look at his little feet. There you go, buddy. Don't drive yourself crazy by all this stuff that you have to tear down. Nah, I've been wanting to redo this mountain forever. It's an eventual goal to redo this mountain, this entire mountain, and this mountain. I feel like that's when I can truly say that path is finished. And like once we get like the city finished, this mountain I want to redo and kind of shift this peak here back a bit. I want to turn this into more of like a caldera vibe. I think it'd be cool because we kind of have that bowl shape to it already, so we can make it a dormant caldera. And then we can also expand the city farther along here if we move this all backwards a bit. Gives us more space to work with. These are going to stay snowy for the upper elements because, well, they're like, I don't want to fully remove the snow. So I'm debating on over here, like bringing some snow back in on the top, which is why I haven't really moved forward in building it in survival yet. Because we're above the other mountain heights where snow does exist, so we need to make sure that stays consistent. And we are in a cold biome here, so I also want to kind of keep that true. But the only worry I have right now is what do I do about the height of the tree? Do I keep the tree being the tallest thing and then we're limited on the mountains, or do I let the mountains create like this bowl around the tree that then like creates like this really fantastical, just like magic environment once you're inside? Hello, load please. Thank you. Sniffers are such silly creatures. I love them so much. I love sniffers, dude. Yeah, it's just another Mountain Monday. That's the famous quote, right? It's just another Mountain Monday. I like the tree as the tallest thing. Yeah, I'm gonna play with it in creative before I'm gonna try both and see what happens. Are you gonna do a cathedral type structure under the tree? I've decided against it. It's just gonna be city buildings leading up to it. The next cathedral type structure I want to build is gonna be the monastery. The Monastery of Millions. Which I don't know when we're gonna get to that, because that requires tearing down this mountain. Hee, I like tearing down mountains. If you didn't know. Actually, I don't like tearing them down, but I really like the build location where the mountain is. So I want to tear it down because of that. I feel like on this backside here, we need to like do something. Like this needs to. It'll like maybe like. Well, that would be there anyways. Just something back in here to help limit the amount of blocks that we need to actually deal with. We're gonna texture all of it anyways. When you gonna move out of your starter base? Never. Actually, I don't know. Probably never. Okay, so with this being a library, I feel like we have Grand Door in here. We need stained glass. Big stained glass. So all those above hotbars are all my block pallets. I don't want to erase them. Let's grab some mud brick wall. Jungle, trapdoor, jungle there, bam, bam, and see what we can do. Because we go in here, here, here. Maybe that's a little too, well. I wanted to do this, and then we will figure out how we can actually, let's leave that closed. How can we make a cool window shape here? That kind of does that in here, but then maybe bam, bam, even though that is connected down below, what if we did to there? He goes up to there. Do we like that? Or do I just... that? But then we can bring, let's just throw the light blue stained glass behind this and see what it looks like. Put full blocks of glass behind the pane in some spots. Oh, like behind, maybe this, like instead of where we have the brown on the front, we just bring in some more light blue. Yeah. Oh, but then that's really bright. Ooh. What if it looked like just without? Then maybe we do just like full block. I really want those to connect is the problem. We could do something like that, but that's way too bulky. Do we just choose to ignore that those exist? I texture the rest of this wall with just some packed mud to get rid of the orange that's messing with my brain right now. We also have the chiseled copper up above, so we could use that as a way to force some more shape in or something. So instead of those being weird, those could just be like here. And then that could be something down on there. And then maybe that's there. Fence post, am I a joke to you? Well, fence post doesn't connect. So yes, fence post is joke. And also I don't want that. That looks even worse. We can't do that because that doesn't connect. Ah. I guess we could do... I don't like the look of fence posts. Maybe a sign. The sign unrenders from a distance away, which is a bit of a problem. I feel like a slab too is just too bulky. Another problem with. A little gray added in, but it does help the arch. Mostly care about what it looks like from the inside. Those little lines right there are real bugging me. But maybe, what if we did another on top? We embrace the line. That might be it. I don't want to do a full block here, but we might. Well, actually, from the inside, that looks fine. From the inside, that actually works out fairly well.
Why are stained glass windows so hard?
Or we just say, screw it. Put this guy in here and say the middle is just going to be slightly brighter. Yeah, I think that actually looks a little bit better. I think it's fine. The middle can be a little brighter. Use glass to make a pattern. What do we do up here? We have some cyan. Something like that honestly might give it even more of an arch. Schnurr. Powdered schnurr. Doesn't look terrible, it's fine. Yeah, I think it's okay. Oh. Whoop. Can't do that window. Nope, can't do that either. Nope, not that either. Aha! I have a lot of digging to do in this space. Something tells me I'm gonna need to clear a little bit of the mountain back here. I think that's fine. I think that looks okay to me. Green is my favorite color. Please keep some green. Oh, we're gonna have a lot of green around here, Alex. Don't worry. Without a doubt, there will be green in this. Do not fret. There will be much green. Okay, let's get this, like, just blocked out for now, I guess. I mean, we can just... something there. Sure. This we need to still texture. Then we could do a little like right over here, I guess. No, I want that to be mud. How long do you normally stream for? Like 2-3 hours typically. The Foliage University will have green. I know. Spoilers. We're not at 2,000 likes yet. You can't get a spoiler yet. Come on. Oh. try to make sure that when I'm like bending around these to these corners, I try not have the same block on both sides. Even though it is the same palette, I try to give like the corners being a little bit harsher. I find helps a lot. Wish mud brick wasn't such a pain to get. You just destroy a mangrove swamp and then you get an auto wheat farm and you can get it pretty easily. But yeah, I'm with you. I only use so much of it because I'm so set up in this world to be able to get a ton that it makes it pretty feasible to get a lot. Okay, I'll decorate. I'll texture the top of this later. I'm not too sure. I just know I'm gonna do like a whatchamacallit on it, gradient for all the deep slate. It'll look like that. Yep. Okay, kind of liking the idea of this. It's a little out of out of left field for it to be such a large presence. I've used it in smaller spaces throughout the builds. Okay, right there. I was thinking it could kind of work. I like the idea of a little like brighter section in here somewhere. Will New Papyrus have an animal university? No plans for anything like that yet, but never say never. Maybe New Papyrus gets a zoo. They already have the giant library, so New Papyrus already is kind of like scholarly. Then from here down, we're just gonna go with like a brick for the base. It's gonna be a little brownstony, I guess. This will be the kitchen though. That's what those light blue are. Please fix those chimneys. They're making me unreasonably angry. Sorry. They will be designed when they will be designed. Not rush it due to inability to contain own anger. They will be ready when they're ready. Alright, we'll get these last little guys in here. Oh, I don't need to... Whatever. Floor's gonna be at this level. I might as well save the bricks where I can. Don't need to texture anything out there. I'll fill the light gray concrete in a sec just so I can have that all placed in here. I do wish Axiom had like a command for just / fill, like world edit does. That's the only thing I feel like I'm missing from Axiom. And if it is there, then I'm just dumb and don't know how to find it. Can you select 2 points, then just use fill menu? Oh, you probably could. Can you? I guess that'd be a box, whereas the world edit one is just standing here and do / fill. Do I have world edit? Oh, I guess I don't. Yeah. I mean, it's not bad, just do a line going across like this and then you just fill it all in. A lot of Axiom hotbars. Yeah. I'm pretty bad about erasing them. I just kind of keep adding new ones. I, for a while, had organized about, like, page 2 was everything university themed. Page 3 was, this was all themed around stuff that I would use out in Tough Hall. This was all themed around stuff for village building. This was just kind of miscellaneous. And then you get into here, and this was all for new papyrus type things when you get farther in, and then it's just turned into chaos. I just need to, like, erase them all. Are you gonna texture the roofs of the fungi school? Yeah, we gotta get those textured too. Well, we kind of started over there. We just need to do this one still, and that guy. But we did a little bit up there. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. Many things to do, still doing. I'm not sure what I want to do for the windows here. Part of me wants to just do like grates again or something, but I'm not too sure. Let's try grates for now. Go with stage 3, weathered. Stream is almost over. I don't know, we're just vibing today. I don't have a set time limit, but I am starting to get a little hungry, so I usually stream until I get hungies, and then I go. Is there an agricultural wing of the Foliage University? This is going to be like a classroom in here for crop. This is going to be like crop themed for there. This is going to be a big just general classroom. We're going to have a small classroom over here. Not sure what it's for yet. But yeah, so we have like the greenhouses that are themed around different things. And all the classrooms are going to be kind of general purpose, but have like a general theme to them too. And I'm kind of realizing I don't have a whole lot of classroom space because this is a big library. So it might be like more of a self-study university where you have space to meet with professors and things to learn more. Or it's maybe one that's very built around in the field work. Because we could do all of the classroom studying we need about plants, but you got to be out there in the field to actually, understand the plants. Means I have less work to do. So we'll see. Just kind of use a little like general blobby noise pattern when I'm going for these guys. I don't know why. Not a whole lot of rhyme or reason to that. I do the sandstone detailing. I know it could be better, but it looks fine. We'll add some buttons or something to it too, probably. We don't yearn for the mines, we yearn for the fields. Exactly. Yearn for the fields. This is gonna be a fun place to get actually decorated and built in game. It's gonna be such a pain in the butt though, resource wise.
Pleased to meet you.
That part, not
Loving
really
the look of the university. Can't wait to see it finished.
Who was that? JKB, thank you so much for the 3 months, my dude. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well today. I'll go there. No, I want to raise this up. Then we could go there. And then now we can do a little. Not that we're ever really going to see this backside here, but might as well give it something. Gotta get our flower pot spawn proofing. Only absolutely mandatory for the university to be decorated with hundreds of flower pots. Thank God they're not an entity, right? How are you today? I'm doing good, Wild Man. How you doing? Let's do a little there too. Slide these ones over and it'll be fine that they're off. Okay, that's got to get textured still. I like how that one turned out. We'll do a similar vibe on this guy, but we'll get to that soon. Now, gray, like gray. What trapdoor could I throw on here for some fun? We could give him pale oak. The pale oak might look kind of nice. I feel like I'm trying to go for like Regal University a little bit of the way. And then under here, let's give them like a hanging vine out of, this is going to be cold biome, mountain biome, so we want to give them a little something or another that's not going to be affected by biome coloring, so that can work. Kind of hides a big window in there too. What other plans do you have for your Minecraft world? Oh, I do. I got so many projects in the work right now. In the works. We have a mountain range that we're building up here. We have this whole giga terraforming project here. We're working on a dwarven city over here. We're working on a desert Egyptian inspired Minecraft desert city over here. I've got a new Savannah project coming up hopefully before the end of the year that I want to kick off up there. Also kind of playing with the idea of coming back and doing these islands and just fully, like, this is a really cool confined space in here that's about 1,000 blocks long by 600 blocks, 700 blocks wide, that like we could, it's pretty big once you're actually like over here. Like, it's not a small space, but something like this could be super cool to be able to like full 100% transform all of it. Like having a contained space that's surrounded by oceans, that vibe of just like fully transforming that entire thing is very, very cool to me. Probably starting with like that island to get an idea of the style we want to go for, and then we could like split this up into like 3 or 4 videos and do this whole place over here. Greek islands incoming. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking about it, but the only worry is like Greek islands right there when we have like very Nordic village over here. This coastline also needs to get finished. I need to come out here soon and finish that. 100 days video. Oh, dude, you cannot transform that island in 100 days. I don't do your typical 100 days style videos anyways. They're not fun to me. I put more than 100 days into every single video that I do. I just don't structure them like a 100 days video because that style is so flat. There's only so much you can do to make that more unique that hasn't already been done a million times over. Yeah, 100 days content is just not for me. It's just, it's been done too much. Not my vibe. Oh, nope. Oh. Oh, forgot that one. 1,000 days video. Yeah, let me just crank out a brand new 1,000 days video. I spent 1,000 days transforming an island in hardcore Minecraft. First look at the university. You were supposed to not see this. Just kidding, it's fine. I thought we all agreed that everybody's eyes were closed during the entire time you were just listening today. I thought we agreed on that. I feel bamboozled. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I did boxes accidentally here instead of just walls. Really should have had the mask not stone. All of this stuff down here just tore into the terrain. It's fine. I'm just trying to make sure I get it low enough to where I don't accidentally grab it when I'm... Just trying to limit the resource count as much as I need, so the less orange concrete I have around here, especially if I want to later come in and just like do like a big mask of all remaining orange concrete. Won't accidentally look like I need about a bajillion tough blocks or mud or anything like that, so. Just make more spider spawners down here. Okay. Cool. That's looking much better in here. All of that up there I will leave for when I actually start decorating out those spaces. We're gonna fill in a roof so we're not just looking at this dirt. One of the ideas I had, a little story built into it, is the reason why this greenhouse is on top of the building here is because the kitchens are here. So I'm gonna use the kitchens. I'm gonna build a way for like the heating from the kitchen, so there's gonna be a lot of pipes working around that'll probably be poking in above this classroom here, and then all of that is going to be like venting out into here to keep it like really, really humid, so we can have a lot of really cool stuff popping in. So we've already got the sprinkler systems and all that, but I thought we could have like a really fun way of having some copper grates and things that would be up here as a, like, this is where the air is venting out of. We might be able to do, I'm curious, what would happen if I do this? Does that vent through all of it? No, it kind of, ooh, only a little bit does. Ooh, that's kind of fun. Gets stuck a lot in the blocks, you kind of see that, but we could dot a few of those around. Do you like chocolate? I'm not a big chocolate fan, no, I'll be honest. I guess these can be regular campfires. They don't need to be soul campfires. There's no light coming from him. Save some resources. The occasional puff of smoke coming through. Looking forward to a potential late night fWhip stream one day. I'm hoping to do some this month. I'm hoping to do a lot of content this month. It's just going to turn into, did I bite off more than I can chew with building this in a month? That's the current conundrum, is, was fWhip smart in how much he said he was going to get done in a month? Tune in next week. See, I really want to do these out of like deep slate, but I can't decide if the deep slate being in the roof or if the tuff there. So we're gonna try and throw this all into some tuff first. Or there's this item in the game called stone brick. It's like used to be popular. People haven't really used it in like a bajillion years since Tuff and Deep Slate were added, but it does still exist in the game. Surprised Mojang hasn't just like gotten rid of it, but here we are. Kind of like the stone brick. I think actually looks pretty nice. Much as I'm giving it a hard time. I always just I default to tough and over anything nowadays, but that's a me problem, not a problem. Oh, hi, creeper. I think that works. Sorry to say, but I doubt all this is getting done in a month. You'll see, Ryan. Don't underestimate fWhip's ability to grind a no-life Minecraft. I might not have been born in the Minecraft, but I've been molded by it. Okay, right here. I want a tree. I want a good little tree. How big are you? It blocks everything in the corner, but I'm also okay with that. Yeah, I kind of like that. That actually looks pretty good. Okay, tree in here. Be conscious about what leaf type we pick. I kind of want to do a birch tree. I'm thinking birch. I'm thinking a big old birch tree somewhere in here, right there. Let's see what we got. We can just bam right in a giant orange tree. No, not doing that. Which one did I use over here? So I used that guy over there. Should we use a different one? Does he feel like he takes up too much space? I do love a university campus that has trees everywhere on it. Something about trees on a school campus just really hit home to me. And we didn't get any leaves on the inside, so he fit perfectly. Love. Feels like that dwarfs the build. I don't know. I think it's actually kind of fine. Are you ever going to put out a video going through how you build? I did, and nobody watched it. Just kidding. It actually has done fine on views since, but... What was the video? Where was it? Where was it? It was a little while ago. Let me scroll. Yeah. Right here. You see this one? You see this? This big one called with the title How I Built This. I built a dwarven castle in Minecraft 1.21 how to build 10 months ago. Only 144,000 views. When this got 420, that got 200, 300, 300, 400, 500, blah, 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 blah. That's why I don't do videos on how to build anymore. Because nobody watched it. In comparison. It's not worth my time. Yeah, I think y'all are right. Just drop him down a few blocks. He can be a little short. He can be our short king. Yeah, I gotta do all the greenery and everything out here still. That's what streams like this are for? Exactly, yeah. Just put Minecraft Hardcore in the title. True. I'll do a hardcore video, but the entire time I'll be creative planning on what I'm doing for my hardcore video. That's the vibe, right? There we go. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, I have that building left. Been going at it for 3 hours. My brain is starting to mush. I do like all the pathing and everything I have. I need to get in here and actually like clean things up a little. I think this just needs to be expanded a touch. Kind of like that being a little skinnier though. It's okay. Main path is around there. A little side path. How I build my Minecraft hardcore world in creative 24 hours. Exactly, yeah. Well, it does seem like creative Minecraft is actually kind of coming back for builds or like for videos, which is cool, but it's not the easiest. Also, I've decided this might be a hot take. I don't know what the consensus is, but the bush with the mountain color, I love it. I think it's such a cool block. Man, imagine all the engagement you get by calling it hardcore while mostly showing the creative process. Well, the problem is that a lot of people already do it. Like, there's so many like hardcore content creators that like half their videos just, here's how I designed the whole thing, and then here's the time lapse if I built it in survival. Like, I don't know. I mean, I try and not do that, but like to each their own. Do what you want to do. I think this is going to be more of a lawn, and we'll just have some wildflowers scattered around in it. Gotta have some spaces for students to just go sit in the grass, you know? those here. I'm just not a big fan of tulips in Minecraft. Be honest. I do like the idea of roses back here, though. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. A few spots of warped grass. Could do that. Nether sprouts. I always hate that they're called nether sprouts. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but I always... Sorry, wildflower. I always want to call them a warp sprout, and they're always called a freaking nether sprout. Why is it a nether sprout? There have to be other sprouts in the nether. You know those benches dedicated to someone in public parks? Maybe do some up with the moderators? Yeah, maybe. I do want to add some benches around here. That's a good idea though. What color do we want our benches? I've been kind of using mangrove around. We could do more mangrove benches. Just thinking like literally just like bam bam. Benches with the new shelves are awesome looking. Yeah, the new shelf blocks are cool. Mojang did a good in. Wild man, what are you going on about? In that message, I saw the kids mention at first, and I was like, what about us mods? Okay, there's some benches. My friend is rebuilding your starter base. Nice, dude. It's a good one. It's lasted me a few thousand days at this point, so hopefully they get the same amount of days out of it. Well, you know what I need to copy here? Before I spend too much time doing that. Just been scattering this around on the floor. Just kind of a cool design I came up with. And it also spawn proofs because it's light. Nope. This way we get some fun particles if it's over nighttime in here. Ah, a new student. He seems to be acclimating well. Yeah, see, he's fine. He's realized trees are protection. What about another tree mosaic? I don't have space for a full one in here, really, so... Been trying to figure out what to do in here. But I'm not too sure. We could literally just do this. I learned that as zombie class, yeah. Make it taller. Well, if we make it any taller, it's gonna interrupt like the... What I would love, honestly, is the shelf. Like, get the shelf wrapped around here. I might do this for now and come back and replace it with shelf later. I hate doing this, but I feel like this is such a symmetrical build that it needs it. I freaking hate lantern spam. Oh, I hate lantern spam. I can't do that. That's too much. Nope, I can't do it. I can't even consider it. I hate 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 it. It looks terrible. It looks terrible. That looks so 2018 Minecraft. And not in a good way. No, it does not look good. Do not say that looks good. That looks terrible. Dude, all that makes me think of is the stupid 5x5 building pattern. Which is so cringe. It just makes such repetitive shapes. It's so... Bleh. What about a copper lantern? We don't have one. What's your current base? Do I still live in the starter house? Andy is Yoda catching strays. I'm just saying, man. Andy is Yoda did great on doing that, but like people got to move on. Andy is Yoda is a good dude, but like that build style is it's so bad. It had its time, and it's time to move beyond it. The 5x5 looks terrible nowadays. Copper grates in the roof to let natural light in. That could work. It looks a little like it gives it like it's really just glowing in there, even though it is the light up above coming in. But how's the copper aging farm doing? Great. I don't think candles were in the game in 2018. Now I think about it. The same thing with torches, dude. It was when people used to do this. Not stuck. Why am I typing stuck? Stone. Spruce. Torch. It was when people used to build like this. When that was the side of everybody's house in Minecraft. We all know the phase we're talking about. You've all been through it. It was this. This was how people did it originally. And then it evolved into this. And that's where some people are still at now. And it looks so bad. It's just so repetitive, dude. I can't. It's terrible. But now then they'll also mix in a little, like, they'll mix in like a little this. Under every single pillar. Sorry, let me finish it properly. Gotta really make sure we bring the vibe in. They do this. So that was a phase. And then it evolved when the campfire came out. Of you'd have your campfire over the top of every single one of them. So we had that phase. That phase came in here for a little while too. And then you had the lectern phase coming out with it too. That was shortly after the campfire phase. Where it would go lectern. And then you grab all your oak. And you do something like this as a frame around it. They do something like this. So then they had that phase in there. And then they evolved from the fence window to the trapdoor window. So you'd get a lot of that in here. And then after that, then we saw the azalea. It'd be like this.
Garden together.
And then you would get... Then you'd get builds that just look like that. Also, yeah, Dave, we're going to add a ton of fallen leaves around. Thank you for the donut, dude. I appreciate it. Waxrod is great, no shade, but this kind of reminds me of his building style. It's mostly people who play with shaders. And this is not a knock on shaders. This is an observation of that I've made about how people play differently based off if they use shaders or not. And I find people who play with shaders, where shaders have the ability to add light casting off of blocks, like white screen warning right here. Where shaders add this like warm light coming off of everything, right? People, when they use this and they use a shader pack or something, they tend to really over-index on putting lighting in here because they're like, oh my god, I love my shaders. Look at that warm light they add around the build. And then you get light everywhere on your builds and you get this static thing right in there where if you don't play with shaders, you don't tend to use as much lighting in builds because you don't need it, because it doesn't give any aesthetic vibe change or anything like that you would get playing with shaders. So that's a big thing that I think has brought on that like kind of build style there. And like, you know, it's fine. I'm giving it a hard time. It's not, if you build like that, I don't think you're a terrible builder. I'm just making fun of it. Just making some good old fun, poking where I can. But like, there's definitely those phases of building, and I will always be a big proponent that shaders actively make people worse builders. I think trying to build for shaders, you're building for where the light sources are cast. And you're not thinking about how to actually create artificial light sources and do it in like a more decorative way. Where in here we're using, granted now the tree's kind of covering it, but we're using light cast down hitting there. So we have the main light source from the sun coming in, hits here, and then it's also coming in from that angle, so a little bit of it blurs and it hits right down there. So when you start thinking about it differently in those ways, you can get to a lot of different points. But by default, when you're working with just like shaders turned on, I find that people tend to deliver worse builds. Yeah, shaders are very much a building crutch. And it's okay. If you like to play with shaders and you like to do that, do it. I'm not telling you to stop using shaders or anything like that. It's just an observation that I've made about how much people who play with shaders on utilize lighting in their builds. Like, they will just throw frog lights in for the sake of frog lights because, oof, pearlescent frog light give off blue glow. Which, like, arguably, blue glow, very cool looking. I also like blue glow. But might not be the best thing for the build. I love building using the 0 being spawnable as much as possible and after enjoying the gloom and shaders. Yeah. I since the light levels have changed, my builds have gotten so much darker. Like the amount of torches and lanterns, like I was saying earlier, drastically decreased because you can get the same coverage from 2 or 3 candles that you used to be able to get from a torch. What am I trying to get here? I'm trying to... Well, we can just spam our leaf litter around. We've got... Ooh, actually, I want to do some flowers up here. What type of flowers do we want up here? Kind of want some 2 tall flowers in the middle. Do some lilacs. This is just going to be some grass. Decorative grass. Grass is pretty too. Just some decorative tall grass going around. And we're going to throw some glow lichen in the corner just in case we need it here. I'm not sure. I mean, you've seen my interiors. I'm with you, dude. I think darker interior is looking so good. Excuse me, Sally. I hate to sneeze. Oh, I never put any bee nests around. I wanted to throw one in this tree. And then I also wanted to throw another that'll be that tree. We'll get some bees. Bees? Espanol? No Espanol, Inglés. Inglés, por favor. Was it no habla Espanol? Ah, see, still got it. Don't really got it that much, actually. That's all I got. I don't got anything else. No hablas. I think I said it wrong anyways. Habla. Yeah. I took 3 years of Spanish. I was never very good at it. Hablo. No hablo español. Okay. Well, yeah. Tried my best. If I got the right term, just the wrong pronunciation, I'll take that. Not pronunciation. That's, was it conjunction? I don't know. Junction. Ah, I was right. Kind of like, oh god, particles everywhere. Kind of like that being a little crazier up there. I always say this, but I love that you can use leaf litter, wildflowers, and cherry pink petals to like break up the cube pattern in Minecraft. It's such a fun vibe to be able to do that. I'm trying to not add in too many because like I'm assuming that there's people here that'll be cleaning up after it, so we can have some leaves, maybe just like a pile of these had fallen down, but I don't want to have too many around. I do think it adds a great vibe though. Something I had planned on doing, I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. As someone who speaks English as a second language, it's really a matter of trying your best to write and read the second language as much as you can. Yeah, that was definitely where I went wrong, of me being a high school student, of saying, I don't want to study. That's boring. I would rather play StarCraft. I can still tell you build orders for the 7-minute Zerg Roach Rush, 200 supply, 5 base Roach Rush. Well, not rush at that point. That's a 200 supply 7-minute. That's not really a rush, but you know, I can still tell you the build order on that one. Can't tell you much about Spanish. You know what? I'm still figuring out if I'm okay with that or not. Do I still play StarCraft? A little bit. Enough to warrant having those old build orders still memorized in my brain? Probably not. Need to have a fallen leaf block? You can use Podzol. Let me introduce you to my friend Fallen Leaf Block. A Podzol. Is it a slightly different color? Yes. But Podzol is in fact what is supposed to be covering the forest floor, which is twigs and dead leaves and little brushy things and all that. So Podzol is Fallen Reef block. Well, at least the top texture. I don't know what I want to do back in here. I kind of like this rose. Roses feel very college, university to me. It's not good back here, though. Mostly because the university I went to had rose bushes everywhere. I know I still have that building to do, but I ain't doing that right now. Ain't doing that. Where are you? Is this path? Yep, this is the university. So we have that right here. Università! That looks like a button. A big old button. I like the bushes being like a little hedge line of sorts. And then behind that, we can put the flowers. Very happy that firefly bushes aren't really affected by biome coloring. I think that's really, really nice. I know I should put some like dead leaves back there and stuff, but I kind of like just we're gonna say all the leaves are just like lost in the tall grass and bush. That's fern, grass. Big. Little. I don't know. That would make sense for some leaves to hit there. I know there's a lot of things going on here that I haven't shown y'all, but I don't want to spoil everything I've been working on. So you can get the glimpses as I'm looking around, but Yep, you'll actually have to watch the video in order to see what's going on here. This one will be out in like 2 weeks because I have a lot to do. Definitely need Spore Blossom. We could do a Spore Blossom here. That kind of gives it a fun, more magically element in the middle. Yeah, let's do a Spore Blossom in the middle. So that way you won't get overwhelmed with particles everywhere, but in the middle. So it won't really go inside too much, but we'll have it out here, which is fun. You'd add a little mural fountain with a mosaic somewhere. We got a little fountain here. Got a little mosaic here. Probably need more. Got a creeper there. We got a big fountain here. I kind of think I'm going to redesign that. I'm not loving it. Not really loving this whole space down here in general, but that's later me's problem. The numbers are light levels, by the way, for those who are like, what the heck? Where'd those numbers come from? I want to make everything up here spawn proof. Like everything in the university itself, my goal is to have it all spawn proof. Pretty good in there. I would absolutely love to be able to walk around here in the nighttime and get the vibes. So if we can get everything on the inside to be spawn proof, that'd be fantastic. Things will still come in through the gates and whatnot. Like that's gonna be kind of unavoidable. Up here's pretty good. No, over here we need a little question. Carpet. How much now? Actually, I think that's gonna be like leaves along that base. I think that'd look nice. Yeah, we're good on light levels in here. Back here definitely needs some love. Trying to not just like throw glow lichen on everything, so if we can be smart about where we're placing it. Oh, hit the wrong. That's not the hotkey. That's the hotkey. Looks like a hex circle, which is kind of a vibe. Yeah, that was the goal. I think it works. Let's see. I'm not seeing any zeros really. I'm seeing some ones, but I don't really care about ones. Oh, here's some zeros. Zeros. Well, we haven't done anything over here yet, so that makes sense that there's zeros. Well, we're gonna have some sort of light up here probably. Let's go. Candle. Still? You're all... Is that enough? Yes. Okay, that's enough to reach it down. Hee hee. Perfect. Oh. Dang it. We'll put one there. Everything in here is all good. I've already checked these. No, I didn't. I might be studying garden at school once upon a time. I might have studied gardening at school once upon a time when I was young. Same, Helen. Same. Well, I guess I wish I would have. Maybe you actually did. Maybe you were like, yeah, I know everything about gardening. Okay, cool. I think we got all that sorted. Down here, I'm pretty sure I already checked. Just kidding. Didn't check at all. Good thing we did a double check. Check, check. Check, please. Okay. Do a little line there. That'll be a little decorative glow lichen. Eh? No. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. No. Yes. 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 No. No. Yes. Yes. No. No. Yeah. Don't care about that. I was planning to use that to get a light source in here. The Diplo. Yeah. Cool. Would you use the copper golem statue in this build? If it comes out soon, I'll consider it, but I'm not gonna like save spaces. Be like, oh, I'm gonna change this when the copper golem gets here. I prefer to build with what I have at the time and then make new builds later. But maybe, you never know. If it seems like it'll fit perfect, then we might change something. But I'll tell you what, chat. I think I have streamed long enough today, as I'm almost at 4 hours, and I have some errands to run before stores close for the day. So I need to get out of here. What about the window with zeros? We'll get it with lighting from the inside, most likely. I'll deal with that later. We'll have candles and whatnot on the inside for the classrooms and study halls and all that. That should bleed out just a touch. So thank you so much for hanging today. I really do appreciate it. Y'all have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for all the ideas and help with designing this whole little itsy bitsy teeny weeny brown foliage university. Let's snooze that ad. We don't need an ad coming in on Twitch right now. But thank you so very much for being here, my friends. I really do appreciate it. Y'all are absolutely amazing. But I got jumping out of here, so we'll be back on Wednesday with another live stream. Thursday we got a big old video coming out. Friday gonna be a long stream day, most likely, for my birthday stream. Even though my birthday's on Saturday, I'm gonna be off doing stuff, so we'll hang out on Friday. But thank you so very much for all the support, all the good vibes, and all that stuff. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye. No, this is not the starting stream sign. This is actually the one where it's ending the stream. Just clarifying after how we messed up earlier.